All right, so today I'm just going to do a review of this rig. So what I found is I spend so much time on other people's other creative tutorials that I just basically don't build my own stuff. So I'm just not creating my own style and uh, implementing what I learned from their tutorials, which is obviously it's kind of the idea behind it. It's not a bad thing to do the tutorials, but you obviously also going to have to do your own stuff. But with this one, there's a frame by frame animation that I did in Procreate. I uploaded it to the channel. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a short little quirky character or animation of something, and then just going to go apply what I've learned from the tutorials to that rig, and obviously just try out some new stuff as well. So in this case, I did a little fun emu, and yeah, it's very basic. Just applied something that I learned from. I saw it first on Potpoogi's channel, and then he referenced that he saw it on. Just gonna get this name horribly wrong. Moe U33. I'm not 100% sure, but her channel is amazing. Is some super cool rigs and tricks, and then obviously as well, uh, she's got links in the description to some of her videos with some scripts, which is really awesome. So there's this one set one bone that is very useful. It's a very cool tool. So I'm just gonna do a quick review and maybe just show you how to do what I did with the neck. I didn't even really take it far, but it's just the concept. So um, yeah, let's take a look quickly. Quick little turn, it's eyeball popping out, and yeah, right. So let's get into this. So the neck, it's got this little bit of a bend. This is not the best way to, not the for the big purpose of using this, but um, you can see this bone, this target bone moving and changing the shape of the neck. It's also not the way that she showed. There's supposed to be two smaller bones here, and the circle of the neck is connected to those smaller bones. So they target this, or they're actually targeting the smaller or the medium bones. Let's put it that way. So they regulate how this circle shape, the stroke of it turns according to the rest of the neck. I didn't really need it in this one. It's a very basic rig, so I'll show you quickly on the neck. I flattened out my circles on either side because I don't like it when this part is solid, this color. So I usually just drag them down once I've rigged it and it works. Uh, might run into problems because of that later, but for now it is perfectly fine. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. So I put two bones on this side, and all they do is just a certain amount of nodes on this side is connected to the blue one, certain amount of nodes on this side connected to the yellow bone, and once we'll see it start going up, so it's just like a little bit of a butt lift, and it's going to do exactly the same on the other side. All right. The legs are pretty straightforward. It's just a stroke. Um, I'll show you now. These bones with this tool is so easy. So easy. especially when you struggle to find the points. I usually had to put my finger on the screen. With this one, it's really simple. The neck, I'm going to show you that now. There's some point animation just to correct some of the shapes over here. The head is just point. That's going to go over to looking to the back. And yeah, just shifted the shapes for the beak. Same thing with the eyes. I just used the bones. So the one bone is for, why is this thing? There we go. So this one, these 2 points of the eye is connected. Let's just see. These 2 points are bound to this bone, and these two are bound to this bone. So whenever I go back to the emu, whenever I do this, it does that. And whenever I do this, I can turn it obviously, and it goes again. All right. And that's how I did this. So let's get into the neck quickly. All right. I'm just going to create a shape. Let's go back to 0. 0. And let's add a vector layer. Awesome. I'm not going to rename it. So let's just not a triangle. Let's go to the square. And let's do yeah, let's just do a square. That's the correct way. Let's do a circle. Circle is usually the best way. Let's just create that, copy it, paste it, move it down. Let's go over there, and then create a new shape. So this is something that would be super useful to me, is a better way, if someone knows of a better way or a more efficient way to do this, because my method is horrible. So I usually just I select that, and then I have to copy. It's taking so super long. And paste it, and then select the X, and paste that. I'm 100% sure there is a better way of doing that, but this is what's working for me at this point. Copy. Whoopa. Paste. And let's just quickly do the same at the bottom. Y, not the X. Yeah, so if someone can give me a solution for that, that would be amazing. I would be forever thankful. It's so much of my time is spent doing that. I'm pretty sure there's a script for it. Paste. All right, cool. So I'm going to take this shape and just go over there and split it. All right, cool. So I get the point in the middle of the circle, and I get a point on either side in the middle of the rectangle. Now we're going to the script. This is where this thing is so cool. And let's just deselect everything. So it pops up here at the top. So this is your first point. So this will be your base of your bone, and this will be the tip of your bone. So it gives you this little black cursor. So I want a main bone from there. So I set it to there, and I set it, and I create it. Awesome. Maybe I should just go over there. Now, no, I don't. Now I need two medium bones, one with the base here that runs up to here, and one with the base here that runs up to here. So two medium ones. So I reselect that one. That's my base. And I select these 2 points because they're in the middle. There we go. Boom. And select this one. And these two. And create another bone. Awesome. I'm going to create a super simple one. Like I said earlier, there's one here for your circle shapes or the stroke on your circles. Uh, just go check out Moho U33 and you can get a lot more in depth. It's the one where she's building the character, Devon, I think. All right, so once we've done that, now I need to connect these bones. So this guy and this guy has to be parented. Now I need to be on the emu layer. They need to be parented to the main bone. There we go. So the other thing is, once you use this tool, the bones are created automatically without any strength. Now I need right in the middle of this. So I select the main bone, A, right in the middle, and I just drag to the side. There we go. There's a new little bone. This one is going to have strength. Pull it down. This one, the two medium bones. In one of the other videos, someone pointed out that I don't have to, do the weird or the old targeting method. I can just go here, press P for parenting, and then control and select the bone they need to target. Boom. And there you can see there's the little targeting circles. And there we go. Awesome. So now I need to just connect all the shapes. So let's say just a second. Had a bit of a brain fart there. So B, let's select this guy, and then I. So I'm not going to select the middle ones, just the top, and bind the points. Do the same thing at the bottom. I bind the points, and B, select this guy, I, and bind the middle points to that. All right, cool. The other thing is these points. At this point, they don't have any curvature. So if you move this, it's just going to be a sharp edge. So let's curvature tool, C, shift, and drag. I'm just going to drag it up to the point where it can't anymore. Click on this one, shift and drag. That doesn't look the same as the other one. Oh, there we go, all the way. So now we should be able to go to emu, T for transform tool. See, that's why you need the smaller bones. All right. Okay, so the correct way is not to drag these points. Let me just show you again. So what I did is I would drag these all the way to the top, the Bezier points. And that is why it's doing that when I bend it. I'll show you quickly. Just go over there. That's why it's doing that. So if you look, it's not doing it on the other side. Not so bad. And that is why, if you do this, just make sure on the layer that these points are not all the way to the top. I think this one I pulled up to somewhere around there. Just check quickly. Yep. So I'm just going to drag it back to about there. So see, where is it? Around about there. And now you'll see the problem is solved. So let's just go there, T for that, and there you go. So we add a little bit of a bend. All right. So that is the quick review of this little guy. And let's just, I'm going to delete these. 1 to 0. There we go. And so once I've created the next character, I'll just do a quick review as well and just showcase one of the bones. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And obviously, if you have any suggestions about how to get those points, so how to line these points up to other points, I would super appreciate it. That would save me a lot of time. Anyway, cool. Hope you have a good day and let me know. See you in the next one.